Like, what the heck is this? You can move away. Bits of carbon in this stick. Some of these thicker guys. Ow. I'm gonna open that up. Shoot the fire vertically. Steam. Hi, my name is Gaby. I'm a canoe guide here at Northwaters. Today we're gonna learn how to start fires and make some tea at the end. I like to get everything I'm gonna need to at least start the fire before I start actually building it. Otherwise, the time it takes to run and get each thing, probably the fire will die. The first thing that I like to get is some birch bark. Make sure you get it off of the ground and not from peeling it off of the trees. The really thick stuff, I like to peel into strips so that they're thin, and I build a little base. If you don't have birch bark, you can also use dried lichen or many other things that are super flammable. The next thing is I like to put lots of little twiggies, like the super thin ones that just crunch up like this. I call these twiggies, and things that are kind of this thickness, twigs. I don't know why I specify that they're different, but once you get to twig size, then I start to build a little structure. Some people like to do a log cabin. I like this method. And as I go around, you can start to add larger ones. I still want to be able to access a part of the birch bark. I like to put a lot of sticks on, but enough that there's still airflow into the center of the fire, because one of the main things that a fire needs to burn is oxygen, which is in the air. And I've got the next size of sticks on hand so that as soon as it has lit these fellows, I can start to build it up. We like to use matches. If they get wet, they don't work, so make sure you keep them dry. To strike the match, you want to press onto this strip here pretty firmly and then pull it across. I'm going to hold it next to that birch bark. If you have more accessible birch bark, you can light more than one piece. And then your match can just go in the fire too. Once that I can see all the littler twigs starting to catch, then I start to build it up with my larger sticks. When you have wind, sometimes this process happens really quickly because the wind's bringing the oxygen right into the fire. This is a beautiful fire. We're back. We've now got a grill on our fire. Usually I create the rocks into the position that the grill is gonna go before I start the fire, but I forgot today. So we've done some afterward adjusting. Beautiful. I would really like to make some tea, so I'm wanting to get this fire big enough that I can boil a pot of water. In my head, we were closer to the water here. I'm gonna go and get some water now. It's not always this hard to get water. Great, now I've got my water. Now we've got our pot of water on the fire. You can see we've got some tiny bubbles starting to form, which means that we're very close to the boiling point. You can also hear, it sounds like it's whispering secrets at you. Again, this happens a lot faster if you put a lid on your pot. This afternoon for my tea experience, I've chosen some cardamom chai made by Higgins and Burke. Once the water is boiling, I'm gonna grab a scoop and put it in there. And then let it steep. Another fun thing that we like to do with our fires is something that we call a trail firework. Birch trees, because of the way that they hold water, often have the interior of the tree, the wood, deteriorate before the bark. So sometimes in the woods you come across what looks like a big section of a birch tree and the inside is rotten and can just fall out. A relatively intact looking thing that is perfectly hollow. Now, if you place these onto your fire, it's gonna kind of shoot the fire vertically. I like to hold on to it so that it doesn't fall over. You can hold it like this. And it's easier to see in the dark, but the flames are just shooting straight up instead of burning the whole thing all at once. It burns just upwards. So go hunting in the woods for them. They're a great way to end a fire at the end of a night. No, clean your cups, folks. Clean.